Om Bhadram Karneभिः शृणुयाम देवाः Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajtraः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुं सस्तनोभिः व्यसेम देवहितैर्यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्ताक्षो हरिष्ठनेमिः स्वस्ति न बृहस्पतिर्ददातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ अग्ने नय सुपथाराये अस्मान् विश्वानि देववयुनानि विद्वान् युयोध्यस्मज्जुहुराणमेन भो इस्तान्ते नम मुक्तिं विदेम ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ आब्रह्मन् ब्राह्मणो ब्रह्मवर्चसि जायताम् आराष्ट्रे राजन्यः शूरैषभ्यो अतिव्याधि महारथो जायताम् दोग्ध्रीन् धेनुर्वोढान्नड्वान् आसु सप्तिः पुरन्धिर्योषा जिष्णारतेष्ठाः सभेयो युवा अस्य यजमानस्य वीरो जायताम् निकामे निकामेन पर्जन्यो न वर्षतु फलवत्यो न भोषधयः पच्यन्तां योगक्षेमो न कल्पेताम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणचक्षुः स्तोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वो ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोतु अनिराकरणम् अस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम नमस्ते
Beautiful. Shuklambaradharam Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vighnopashantaye Agajanana Padmarkam Gajanana Maharnisham Anekadam Tam Bhaktanam Ekadantam Upasmahe Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalaspatikakrutim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe Krishnam Kamalapatraksham Punyasravana Vasudevam Jagadyonim Naumi Narayanam Harim Om Markandeya Gura Maharshaye Namaha Om Devi Prasaprapannarti Hare Prasida Prasida Mataha Jagatokhilasya Prasida Visveswari Pahi Vishwam Tvamishwari Devi Characharasya Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Matrurupena Samsthita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. So every Tuesday, it's a very wonderful day for us. We are trying to invoke the blessings of Durga Parameswari, who is a prominent deity among deities in the Kali Yuga. It is said, Kalau Durga Vinayakau. In Kali Yugadalli, Yaru Tumba Mukhyavagiruva Devategalu Durga and Vinayaka. And in fact, in Srisailam, in Kalahasti also, it is said there is a Vayulingam of Ishvara, and he is facing towards the south. Whereas when all gods praised, that Parvati Ammavaru came in the form of Jnana Prasunamba, and she is facing towards the north. And she came along with Ganapati her son, and Shiva was so happy, and he wanted Ganapati to be with him also. So that's how we observe that Parvati, Parameswara, Ganapati, Subramanya, Bala, all this is the small family of Ishvara, and there's a compliment given to Parvati by our Shankara Guru, saying that ಪರಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಮಹಿಷಿ ಅಂತ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾಳೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದೇನು, ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ಆರ್ ದುರ್ಗಾ ಶಿವಯುವತಿ ಭಾವೇನ ಬಿಭ್ರುಸೆ ಅಂತ. ಸಿ ಬಿಭ್ರುಸೆ ಅನ್ನೋವಾಗ ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇರಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ನೇಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫಾರಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ in the role of being a wife to Sadashiva, and who is a Parabrahma, beyond whom there is nobody at all. So Ishana Sarvabhutanam, Ishvara Sarvabhutanam. So Ishana, Ishvara, and all that. So that's why whenever we recite this beautiful slokam, which all people do it, Agajanana Padmarkam. Agaja is Parvati. Anana is the Mukham. Padma is the lotus. That is Mukha Padma, it is called. Her face, Parvati's face, is as glowful and beautiful and attractive and fine, soft, just like that of a lotus flower. And the lotus flower, Padma, is highly happy. It just blossoms the moment sun appears on the horizon. When sun rises, it just opens. And when sunset happens, it will just close down itself. That is the nature of the Padmam. And similarly, whenever Gajanana is there, then Parvati's face becomes beaming, electrified, and also that of Shiva. That's why we compare metaphorically that Parvati to Parvati to Agaja. Parvati is Agaja, Anana Padma, and him as Arka. Arka is Surya Bhagavan. So the relationship, that's why Surya is also called as the Kamala Bandhavaha. He is a closest relative to Kamalas, and so on. So that's why we say Agajanana Padmarkam. Now we come to a proper Gajananam, Aharnisham, and moreover, he is one capable of granting any and everything like his father, Bola Shankar or Bola Ganapati, Aneka Dam. Dam is Dana Martane, he will be presenting, but he also that die because he has also made a lot of Tyaga. Then he has got two tusks, and then we picked out one and killed Gajasura, and because he could not be killed by any weapon in the world, that was his boon. And so when he fought with that Asura, he had to take out one of his dantas, and therefore and was able to put him out. That's why Agajanana Padmarkam Gajanana Maharnisam Anekadam Tam Bhaktanam Ekadantam Dupasmahe. So the moment you think of Ekadanta Ganapati, it means that there is a lot of Tyaga, Paropakara, etc. All that features are found. That's why whenever we begin any activity, we have to salute Lord Ganapati, and he will take hold of causing the work undertaken, the enterprise undertaken to a fine conclusion. That's why, in fact, Ravana did not make prayer to Ganapati when he asked for the Atmalingam from Shiva, and when he was granted Atmalinga, how can Ravana with Atmalinga of Lord Rudra cross the borders of the Bharat? So Ganapati and Narada, both of them, planned and saw that Ganapati in a small forum went and who held the Atmalingam of Lord Rudra or Shiva, and when Ravanasura went for Sandhya Vandanam, and so he called him 3 times and he was not responding, Ravana. then he put it down on the Bhustapana happened. That's why we have got the Gokarna. It is called Gokarna. The linga is in the form of the shape of the go or cow, and it is deep also, Patala linga or something like that. So Gokarna Shiva is highly powerful. And secondly, because he did that kind of mistake or aparadha according to Ravana, he hit him with a stone, thereby the Phalabhaga of Ganapati. And even today, the Ganapati in the Gokarnam is having a dent on the forehead to indicate the kind of hurting or anger shown by Ravana to that. So these are all the Sthala Puranas. And in fact, when we visited that Gokarnam, I could bring one Ganapati Vigraha, Kamsya one, Panchalohas, where Ganapati has got the dent at the forehead. So it is all, even the gods also have suffered a lot or have exerted a lot, have planned a lot in order to see that the overwhelming demons, Dushtadanava Bhanjanayai Namo Namaha, Ganesha Nirbhinna, Maha Ganesha Nirbhinna, Vighna Yantra Praharshitayai Namo Namaha. Well, these are all some of the names talking about the history of Devi Parvati. But now the same Devi Parvati manifests to her as Durga Parameswari and as call it. And again, Durga is a name given to her by the gods, looking at the kind of work that she has done and caused a lot of good for the world and reinstalled the gods in the heaven. At the same time, made all the gods to get back their portfolios. And so there was a kind of normalizing, harmonizing the world order, the cosmic order by the advent of Durga Parameswari. Therefore, we are making a prayer to her. Prapannaha Arti. See, when do you seek her feet? Tavahi Charanaveva Sharanau. Shankaracharya says, Amma, all your four hands are having four weapons, Ayudhas. Where is the free? Only your legs are free. Therefore, Tavahi, only your feet is free. Therefore, Tavahi Charanaveva Sharanau. Chakara, Shakara. You understand? Chakara is movement and Shakara is peace, Shanti, Kalyanam. So that's how the Amavari యొక్క పాద స్పర్శ will have a lot of effect. That's why people have given a footstool for her. In Saundarya Shankara describes in 25th sloka, Trayanam Devanam, and Amma, all people are waiting at the footstool of you, whereupon you have rested your feet on that only. So all gods are waiting for receiving the postings to their respective portfolios and starting the work of the cosmic promotion, etc. And she's a mother. She's a motherboard, actually. For every electronic good, you see, I got a motherboard. And so she will be blessing us. And in what form she will bless us is an interesting thing. And Markandeya Maharshi is a great Chiranjeevi, and at the same time, he is a Maha Devi Bhakta. You know, among 18, there's 18 Puranas, Ashtadasha Puranas by Vyasa Bhagavan. Only this Durga Saptasati is one picked up from the Markandeya Purana, and thereby Markandeya has been shown to us as the top bhakta dedicated to the service and promotion and glorifying the mahima and activity of goddess Tripura Sundari. As Tripura Sundari is Lalita Parameswari because she was the responsible force or power to Rudra to put down the Tripurasura, three-cited god, demon. He was causing a lot of havoc to the world. So that's why she became Tripura Sundari, Tripurasura Samharake Karana. And that's why in Saundarya Lahari, Parvati has been identified or personified to be the very pride and power of Lord Rudra when he was in battle with Tripurasura. That's why it is said that she is said to be Aho Purushika. ಆ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಹೋ ಪುರುಷಿಕ ಅಂದರೆ ಯು ಆರ್ ದಿ ವೆರಿ ಮ್ಯಾನಿಫೆಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಗರ್ವಂ. And but for you, Shiva could not have been that kind of required pride in him, in her, in him, and therefore he was able to happily put out Tripura, and so she is called Tripura Sundari, Tripura Surasamhara Karani. So she is one who was able to bring forth that. So looking at that kind of activity which goddess Parvati, that's why ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಶಿವ ಸಹಸ್ರನಾಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಶಿವನಿಗೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ವಲ್ಲಭಾಯ ನಮಃ ಶಿವಾಯ ಅಂತ ಈ ಅಷ್ಟೋತ್ತರ ಸತನಾಮಾವಳಿ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ದಿ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ನೇಮ್ ಆಸ್ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ವಲ್ಲಭಾಯ ನಮಃ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾಳೆ ಟು ವಿನ್ ದಿ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಶಿವ, because that has been explained by Kalidasa in Kumara Sambhavam. More so, you see her in the 5th canto, Tatha Samaksham Dahata Manobhavam Pinakina Bhagna Manoratha Sati Ninindarupam Hrudayena Parvati Priyeshu Saubhagya Phalahi Charuta. Look at this is the Sanatan Dharmam. This is the wealth that a woman in Bharat. Purandhiryosha Anavaga, the woman is a terrible, impossible force. She said, and when she turns as a Nari, as Nari she is benefic, but she becomes a Mari, she is terror. She is a terrorist to all. That's why ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಿಯೇಷು ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯ ಫಲಾಹಿ ಚಾರುತ. Why at all women have been endowed with such a wonderful beauty constantly all over the body. There is no part in the woman's body, physically, biologically, where it is disliked. That's why every part of the body, every entire personality, entire Sariram is of great attraction to man, and therefore the creation is going on and on and on. But anta ಮಹಾಮಹಾ ರತ್ನಭೂತವಾಗಿರುವ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾಲಾಂತರದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿಯುಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? You know that what is going on in the mobile, in the cinema, in all these things. In fact, a lot of criticism has been posed to that Pushpa movies, making numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stupid like that. So to say, but why I'm telling is, but if you distort the serenity, sanctity, and religiosity, and spirituality, etc., that is being endowed in people, in the nature, by Paramatma, who is the creator, then we are interfering, and that's why we have to have some changes, and we have to suffer that. That's why, so Priyeshu Saubhagya Phalahi Charuta. And because that Charuta, excessive beauty, exquisite, attractive personality that a woman by herself has got, maybe, and even Mohini also, to become Mohini, Vishnu has taken the permission of Parvati. That's what Shankaracharya says. Ammavaru ఒప్పుకోకపోతే he cannot become a Mohini and try to put off that Bhasmasura. That was the only one scope for Bhasmasura in his wounds where he could be put out. Therefore, Vishnu immediately, solution maker, immediately became Mohini. And not only the Bhasmasura was done with, also even the heart of, mind of Shiva also got immensely perturbed. See, Parvati went after Shiva to marry him, while Shiva went after Mohini. But both things have happened in case of Shiva, although he is Ekaishwarye Stitopi, Pranata Bahupalepi, Yaha Swayam Kruttivasaha, Kanta Sammisra Dehopi, Avishaya Manasam Yapparastat. And that kind of Shiva, who is there in A, who is there in Z, who is there in negativity, who is there in positivity, And that Shiva, what he should do? Sanmarga lokanaya vyapanayetu tamasim vrittimishaha. That Ishvara has to remove our tamasa vritti, our negativity in us, our fear in us, stress and depression in us, and see that we are always composed, harmonious, and equipoised, and shanta chittaha. Otherwise called shanta manasulai, ಶಾಂತ ಚಿತ್ತುಲೈ ಶಾಂತಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ again Ammavaru is responsible for that. Therefore, she is in Lalita Sahasranam, which we are going to study on Fridays. So Tuesday meant for Durga, Friday dedicated to Lalita. So Durga is an executive head, Lalita Parameswari is a supervising head. So supervisor and a worker, like Krishna and Arjuna being together. Yatra Nagi यत्र योगेश्वर कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीः विजयो भूति ध्रुवानि इति ध्रुव मतिर्मम. When it is said like that, you understand the worker and director, when they are in cohesion or in cooperation, the success and sampadas are definite. Tomorrow, all people say Ekadasi or so, for us in so on that day, it is said that Krishna has given the Gitopadesham to Arjuna and made him back on the war front and made him to fight. Therefore, to Gitopadesham, whole day you can recite one sloka or one varsahav or one chapter or the entire one or sectionalized Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and see that Krishna Paramatma is made to be pleased, and our 1 year from now, from then on also will be very prosperous and happy. That's why the other day I told one of the students here in Chicago, no, in Virginia, sir, tomorrow. Then he immediately jumped with enthusiasm. Then, if it is 4 or 5 hours, I will recite the entire Bhagavad Gita from morning 6 to 11 o'clock in the morning. So, like that, he jumped with the idea, and I think he will be doing it. So, like that, we have this Durga. Whenever we are sitting at the table of Durgamma, she is looking at us. Hey, and she is encouraging us to get rid of the fear and tamasatvam and try to rise ourselves up to the sattva guna. And because sattva guna is Mahasaraswati, Rajoguna is Mahalakshmi. Because ದುಡ್ಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಮನಃಶಾಂತಿ ಇರೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅದು ತಗೋಬೇಕು, ಇದು ತಗೋಬೇಕು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ವೆಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. All these ideas come to you, come to anybody if he has got money or if he is able to have means enough to meet out that. Supposing no duddu, so in olden days, our parents and grandparents never entertained to go to vacation on pleasure trips. See, now December, so many people are going to pleasurable places like Mexico and some islands and Bali Islands and all that. They go because they not only they afford the kitchen supplies, also they can afford to have the other things. But in olden days, it is difficult. But moreover, they were so much attached to this kind of religiosity, saintlyhood, and spirituality. So saintlyhood, religiosity, and spirituality. These three things have occupied their occupational time apart from their own professional procedure or continuation. So that was the kind of life. But Kali becomes more and more virulent, and therefore ideas will go like that. So now let us come back to the Durga Saptasati Prathama Charitam. We are almost at the fag end of the whole show, because you know that Suratha and Samadhi, the Vaisya and Maharaja, both were neglected by their own people. When Maharaja lost to the enemies, and even people are all very much disobedient and not caring him. That's exactly what will happen. That's what he says. Jirne, vayasigate kakkama vicharaha ಅಂತ ಒಂದು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದೇನು, ಧನಗತ ಚಿಂತ, when one retires from the house and stays in the house, ವಾರ್ತಾಂ ಕೋಪಿ ನ ಪೃಚ್ಛತಿ ಗೇಹಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಟೈರ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಂಪಾದನೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರೆ ಆ ಪರ್ಸನನ್ನು ಯಾರೂ ಎಂಕ್ವೈರಿ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಆ ತರಹ ಇಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ ಆಯಿತು. ದಿ ವೈಶ್ಯ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವಾಸ್ ಅಬಂಡನ್ಡ್ by their own people, disowned, and the Maharaja also, the treasury was captured by the enemies. When money is captured, when treasury is gone, then the ministers also turned very much unfaithful because of the influence of the enemies and all that. So they came to the Munya Ashramam, but even though they come to the forest, far from the madding crowd, to a Munya Ashrama, they have no peace of mind. Their mind again remained only in their own family, because ಈ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸನ್ನು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ತುಂಬ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಯಾಡ್, ಈವನ್ ಇಫ್ ಎನಿಬಡಿ ಡೈಸ್ and starts traveling to Pitraloka, for 1 year, the parent or whether mother or father, they will be interested to do good for the living members of their respective farm. And therefore, it is said, Devanam cha Pitrunam cha samagamaha pratah kale sishta bhavati. Normally all people on earth are not supposed to be sleeping. They must get up as early as possible before sunrise, because this respective Pitru Devatas will be talking good about their own wards living upon the earth in the family. Therefore, Devanam cha Pitrunam cha samagamaha tishtati. And what is the topic that they talk each other on the morning, in the morning walk by both of them? Because they talk about their respective wards and put recommendations to the gods, and they will attend upon whatever requirement is there for that. That's why ಭೂಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಮನುಷ್ಯರ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, it is not because of our thing, because of the Asirvada of the Pitru Devatas plus Devatas, and we are all that. So Pitru Asirvada plus the Devata Asirvada is equal to Manushyanam Jayam or Vijayam. That's why you make a prayer to Durga Parameswari, Rupam Dehi, Jayam Dehi, Yasho Dehi, Dishojahi ಅಂತ. ದಿಶೋಜಹಿ ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿರೋ ತಾಮಸ ವೃತ್ತಿಯನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ತೆಗೆಯಾಗಬೇಕು. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ತಾಮಸ ವೃತ್ತಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಟಿ, ಲೇಸಿನೆಸ್ಸು, ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ಪೋನ್ಮೆಂಟು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಿಯರು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಇಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಟಾಕ್. ನೆವರ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ, ಅನ್ಲೆಸ್ you don't advise if you want. Otherwise, don't simply scold or reprimand others for nothing. And that's why ಈ ತಾಮಸ ವೃತ್ತಿ ನಾಶಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅಮ್ಮವಾರು was made prayer by these people. Avaga, then when they said, they started, all gods, the Brahmadeva started praising her, saying that Tvam Swaha Swam Swadha Bhatkara Swaratmika Akshare and Nitye and Tridha Matra Atmika Stita anta prayer ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. And when once they made such a wonderful prayer, ultimately what happened is, come to the sloka number 85. There you come to that. There is response. No prayer goes without response. Whenever you exhibit, whenever you show your vinayam, vinayad yati patratam, patratvad dhanavapnoti, dhanad dharmam tatasukham is Bhartruhari. See, vinayadinda patratva andre character building, and a patradinda enagatte patratvat. So then ultimately you will get success and long life and a lot of wealth also to maintain yourself comfortable. Tataha sukham. See, sukha is something, the end of it. It is not, sukha is not at the beginning, because sadyavanta ime dukhaha sokaha adyavanta ime sukhaha dukkha yonaya eva te. Krishna has given a beautiful truth, tattvam, to Arjuna, Aya, all those sukhas which have got a beginning will ultimately end in sorrow and grief and death. That is exactly what is for the Kauravas. And Kauravas always enjoyed so much so that even father told, the Dhritarashtra told the Dharmaraja, how not you go for 13 years again to Vanavasam, allowing my children to enjoy the entire Rajyam for another spell of 13 years. Look at the idea. Is it good for a father? After all, Pandavas are his own children. And brother did lot of upakaram to him, made him a king. And that's why Vidura tells, yeah, you just accept to give their share now, and you be happy with 105 sons, a happy combined family. That Vidura's advice was not at all possible in the. So here also she got out bodhaschakriyatamasya antumetau mahasurau. Ultimately, so Mahaswami should be brought out into the normal activity and urge him or give him all energy enough that he would be able to fight with the Madhukaitava Rakshasas. And immediately she came out from, she had almost occupied the entire parts of members of our body where from Chaitanya Swarupam would be emanated. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಚೈತನ್ಯ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಕಣ್ಣು, ಮುಖ, then the nose, then the shoulders, the heart, and the mind, and all these are all the important upper world. See, that is to say that Juloka and Antarikshaloka, if both are very good, Bhuloka will be happy. That's why we make prayer to Vayu, we make prayer to Surya Bhagavan, then Agni will be happily helping people upon the land. You observe symbolically what is the cosmic effect of praying like that, because see, Kannu, the eye, nose, these are the two important members connected to the Dulokam. Our body is divided into three sections. Up to neck is Swargam. From neck down up to navel is Antariksham, or the mid-air. From navi down up to feet is Bhulokam. Similarly, Bhuhu is down up from feet to navel. From navel to Bhuvaha is Antariksha, so that, and from Suvaha is from neck to head. So this is how the division of our body, division of the lokas, and all that has been done for the matter of convenience. Therefore, Agni, Surya is called as the sun of the heaven, and Vayu is taken to be the sun or moving in the Antariksham, and Agni is taken to be in the sun of the water, because no water could exist without the earth. That's why you have already noted that when Vishnu was asked to ask boon by this Mahishasura, by this Madhukaitava Rakshasas, nodidra ulta hogaya jan dunya. Actually, gods are ready to grant boons to the human and Rakshasa and all people. But in case of Madhukaitava Rakshasas, they are the sons. So the sun, kivi ಮನದಿಂದ ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆ ಆಗಿರುವಾಗಲೂ ಸೊ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ವಿಷ್ಣುವಿಗೆ. So the children will ask the parents, what we should do for you. In fact, I remember when I asked my uncle in a very different state, I asked him, what do you want? Oh God, nobody asked me, what do you want? All people are becoming busy right in the morning and go away. You are only one who asked me like that. My uncle was so happy. And that's what I remember now. So like that, if children were to ask the father or grandfather, Tata, ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? What ನಿಮ್ಗೇನು ಬೇಕು? ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಕೇಳೋದು, the sons and daughter-in-laws do not ask directly. They are so busy. One in kitchen, one in preparing for the going out. But the grandchild is the wealth, real wealth for the parents, because they become grandparents. ಯಾರೊಬ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದರು, ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಹುಡುಗನನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿದರೆ ನೀನೇನಾಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಆಸೆಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಬಿಕಮ್ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಾದರ್. ಯಾಕೆ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಾದರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಕುರ್ಚಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪೇಪರ್ ಓದ್ತಾ ಕಾಫಿ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ. ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ದಿ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ದಟ್ ಬಾಯ್ ಲುಕ್ಡ್ ಅಟ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಬಾಯ್ ಲುಕ್ಡ್ ಅಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಾಮೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಸೊ ಆ ತರಹ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ದಿ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ದಿಸ್ ಮಧುಕೈಟಭಾಸ್ ಆಸ್ ದಿ ಫಾದರ್ ಏನಂತಾರೆ, ಉಕ್ತವಂತೌ ವರೋಸ್ಮತ್ತೋ ವ್ರೀಯತಾಮಿತಿ ಕೇಶವಂ. ಸೊ ಕೇಶವನನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎ ಬೂನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅಸ್. ದೆನ್ ಭಗವಾನ್ ವಾಚ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವೇರ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡು. ಭವೇತಾ ಮಧ್ಯ ಶಿವಲಿಂಗ ಅವರೇ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ದಿ ಶ್ಲೋಕಾಸ್ ಅಪ್ ಟು 100. ಭವೇತಾ ಮಧ್ಯ ಮೇ ತುಷ್ಟೌ. ಮಮ ವಧ್ಯಾವುಭಾವಪಿ ಕಿಮನ್ಯೇನ ವರೇಣ
ಮಧ್ಯಮೇ ತುಷ್ಟೋ ಮಮ ಮಧ್ಯಾವುಭಾವಪಿ ಕಿಮನ್ಯೇನ ವರೇಣಾತ್ರ ಏತಾವದ್ಧಿಮೃತಂ ಮಯಾ. ಋಷಿರುವಾಚ ವಂಚಿತಾಭ್ಯಾಮಿತಿ ತದಾ ಸರ್ವಮಾಪೋಮಯಂ ಜಗತ್ ವಿಲೋಕ್ಯತಾಭ್ಯಾಂ ಗದಿತೋ ಭಗವಾನ್ ಕಮಲೆ ಕ್ಷಣಃ ಆವಾಂ ಜಹಿ ನಯತ್ರೋರ್ವಿ ಸಲಿಲೇನ ಪರಿಪ್ಲುತ. ಋಷಿರುವಾಚ.
See here you must observe one point. ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಅಂದರೆ 2 ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಇನ್ ಪುರಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ. ಈ ಮಾರ್ಕಂಡೇಯ ಪುರಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಎವ್ರಿ ಲೈನ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಆರ್ ಜಜಸ್ with which Ammavaru can be given the offerings. For example, you must have observed when you are performing the Durga Chandi Homa or Durga Homa with Saptasati, then you will be offering so many ahutis and dravyas to her, and there is no limit at all. Fruit pieces, so different fruit pieces separate ಆಗಿ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ್ಯಪಲ್ಲು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆರೆಂಜಸ್ಸು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಏನೇನೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಪೀಸಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ, ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಪೀಸಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನೇನು ಬೇಕಾದರೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ that all becomes the indhana, and for that we see that, for example, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Swaha ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ. Again, ಭವೇತಾ ಮಧ್ಯಮೇ ತುಷ್ಟೌ ಮಮ ವಧ್ಯಾವುಭಾವಪೇ ಸ್ವಾಹಾ ಕಿಮನ್ಯೇನ ವರೇಣಾತ್ರ ಏತಾವದ್ಧಿವೃತಂ ಮಯಾ ಸ್ವಾಹಾ ಅಂತ. ಋಷಿರ್ವಾಚ ಸ್ವಾಹ. ಓಂ ಋಷಿರ್ವಾಚ ಸ್ವಾಹ ವಂಚಿತಾಭ್ಯಾಮಿತಿ ತದಾ ಸರ್ವಮಾಪೋ ವಯಂ ಜಗತ್ತು ವಿಲೋಕ್ಯತಾಭ್ಯಾಂ ಗದಿತೋ ಭಗವಾನ್ ಕಮಲೇಕ್ಷಣ ಸ್ವಾಹ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದಿ ಲ್ಯಾಬೊರೇಟರಿ ಜಾಬ್. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಚಂಡಿ ಹೋಮ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೋದು. when once you do Chandi Homa or Durga Homa, definitely you will get your difficulties resolved. You will definitely be Durga Saptasati Parayana, Durga Saptasati Japa, Durga Saptasati Homa, Durga Saptasati Archana, Kunkumarchana. Well, what cannot be done? Because there is activizing power, protective shield, and success ridden activity in this. ಪೂರ್ತಿ 700 ಶ್ಲೋಕಾಸು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಈ ಟೆಂಪಲ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ, ಸಮ್ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿಯ ಕೆಲವು ವೇದಿಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ, ಆ ವೇದಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ ಅವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇನ್ ಎ ಬಿಗ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ದೇ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ದಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ in Chicago doing, in other places doing, and it's wonderful. And even in Ragigudda Anjaneya Swami temple also, big ground, they also do it like that. But only different. ಒಂದೇ ದೊಡ್ಡದ ಕುಂಡ ಮಾಡಿ they will be doing all that. They don't be duplicating the yagna kundas. But here there is that kind of duplicating yagna kundas and making all the sponsors sit and offer simultaneously, and there will be so many people reciting. ಅದರಿಂದ ಬಲ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಮ್ಮವಾరికి. ఆ బలం ಹೆಚ್ಚైపోయి పూర్ణాహుతి అయిన తర్వాత అమ్మవారు she will manifest herself. I have seen myself that she is sitting upon the lion holding the flag of success and kiritam and all that. That's a beautiful. In fact, when it was done in a temple here, when I saw that, I urged all people to take their photograph. Camera can catch the sight better than our eye. So the camera eye caught, and that was circulated in their website. And people were very happy that we're having done so many people the Durga Chandi Homam for hours. See, morning hour 9 o'clock start 2:30, 3 o'clock Purnahuti andre. You can imagine how all people were so sincere and then recited and offered Ammavariki. She was so much. That's why ದುರ್ಗಾಂಬಿಕಾ ಜಯ ದುರ್ಗಾ ಅಂತ ಜಯಕಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಲ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಜಯಕಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಶಿ ಕಾಂಟ್ ರಿಮೈನ್ ಡಾರ್ಮಂಟ್. ಶಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಮ್ಯಾನಿಫೆಸ್ಟ್, ಶಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಅಟೆಂಡ್. ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆರ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟೆಡ್. ಈವನ್ ನಾವು ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ಈವನ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ Veda Adhyayana Kendra, we have conducted Chandi Homa or Durga Homa with the Saptasati formulas large number of times. But at that time also, so many people have cooperated and sponsored and saw that everybody was benefited with that, because Durga is definite. Durga Arti Nashani. Arti Durgavadre, adannu tegidubittu she will be able to give you. Therefore, Artho Jignasur-artharthi Gnani cha Nararshava Vrishabharshava. Krishna said in Gita, there are only 4 kinds of people who will think of Paramatma. Otherwise, ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಂಸಾರ ಇದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ದೇವರನ್ನ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ನಮಗೊಂದು ಗಾದೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸಂಕಟ ಬಂದರೆ ವೆಂಕಟರಮಣ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ. ಸಂಕಟ ಮೊಸ್ತೆ ವೆಂಕಟರಮಣರು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ವೆಂಕಟ. ವೇಮ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸಿನ್, ಕಟ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾಶ, ರಮಣ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ದಿ 24 hours, what is the work of Venkatramana Swami? He will not sleep. Actually, the Saina Utsava, they do it to Swamiji in Tirupati, and immediately after 15 or minutes less, they start doing Kausalya, Suprabha, Rama, Sandhya, Purva Sandhya Pravartate, Uttishta Narasardula, Kartavyam Dayamanikam. Venkateswara Suprabhata has been composed by a great poet, Bhakta, in 13th century, and that has become the key word for all people until now. 13th century alli ಮಾಡಿರುವ Venkateswara Suprabhata today also I am also trying to explain the meaning of the Venkateswara Suprabhatam on Sundays to people here in Chicago and on Zoom. Maybe early morning agate, you will be sleeping mostly in India. So whatever it is, but it will be in the recorded mode, and so one can enjoy that YouTube. So really, actually Kausalya Supraja Rama ಅನ್ನೋದು ರಾಮ ನನ್ನು ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣನನ್ನು ವಿಶ್ವಾಮಿತ್ರ ಮಹರ್ಷಿ ಬಾಲಕಾಂಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಎಬ್ಸೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಈ ಮಾತು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇದು ರಾಜಕುಮಾರರಲ್ವಾ, ದೇ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಆ ರಾಜಕುಮಾರರು ಮಲಗಿರುವಾಗ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸುಪ್ರಭಾತ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ವಿಶ್ವಾಮಿತ್ರ ಮಹರ್ಷಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದು ಸನಾತನ ಧರ್ಮದ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ನೆಸ್. ಅವರ್ ಸನಾತನ ಧರ್ಮ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್. There are more and more civilizations that appeared in the history, but which is that civilization which is highly live even today is Vedic civilization, is Vedic culture, Vedic wisdom. And therefore, ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ವೇದಗಳಿಗೆ ಜೈ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. So here, when we come back here, and I have seen my next neighbor in Bangalore performed Durga Homa at the Chandi Homa, and he had a very hard problem impending regarding his profession as an engineer in the KEB or so. And he was so happy after doing this homam. He had got a relief from that kind of thing. So he came and he complimented, Sir, Durga Parameswari is live and truthful, and she will attend to us. Similarly, here also, when Bhagavan was asked by these people, then they say, Kiman, then he will say, Kimanyena Varenatra Yetavat hi Vrutam Maya. Aya, ಇಷ್ಟು ತನಕ you allowed me to fight with you 1,000 days and nights. ವರ್ಷ ಸಹಸ್ರಾಣಿ ಬಾಹು ಪ್ರಹರಣ ವಿಭು. ಸೊ ವಿಭು ಆಗಿರುವ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪಂಚವರ್ಷ ಸಹಸ್ರಾಣಿ. ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟುಡೇ ಆರ್ ಟುಮಾರೋ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡೆಡ್. 5,000 years, day and night, they fought. But that means these Madhukaitava Rakshasas are tougher than Hiranyakasipu. Narasimha Swami, as Vishnu in the form of Lakshmi, in the avatar of Vishnu, Narasimha, he fought 1,000 days and nights with Hiranyakasipu to bring him down upon his lap, sitting upon the threshold, and finish him by tearing his stomach and putting his entrails as his ornament or haram. And the entire body of Narasimha, Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum Jwalantam Sarvato Mukham, the entire body of Mahavishnu or Narasimha was bloodsted, bloody body and bottle. So even the same is the Swarupam of Bhima. When he killed Dusyasana, he drank Dusyasana's blood and brought Dusyasana's blood in his hand. The entire body was full, dipped and bathed in blood of Dusyasana. So much was the ire and anger and trying to remove. Then he came searching for Draupadi with the blood in his Anjali, so tight Anjali he brought, and he drenched the hair of Draupadi and braided that and then made it. So he is the beautician also. So until then, Draupadi never combed her hair, never braided, never decorated her hair. That was the pratigna of Draupadi on one hand, and that pratigna of Draupadi was fulfilled only by Bhima. Therefore, among the 5 husbands that she has got a soft corner for Bhima, because every wife or every woman is soft corner for husband, provided he is a cook and he is a beautician. So beautician, Bhima is a beautician, Bhima is a wonderful cook, Bhima Paka ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಭೀಮನ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ದ್ರೌಪದಿಗೆ, ಬಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಭೀಮಾ Draupadi could not wage war with the Kauravas, and she saw that the pratigna is being fulfilled. Because what was the pratigna of Bhima? Bhima was having 2 pratignas, and that he got fulfilled. Like that, here you allowed me, he says that Bhavetam Adhyame Tushtau Mama Vadhyavhavi. Though you are to be killed by me, you have satisfied me with your vigor and all that, because I want tushti. ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನಿಗೆ ತುಷ್ಟಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ತೃಪ್ತಾಹ ಭವಂತು, ಆವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೆಲಸಗಳಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಪರ್ ಡೇ ಪಂಚೋಪಚಾರ ಪೂಜಾಂ ಕರಿಷ್ಯೆ, ಧೂಪ ದೀಪ ನೈವೇದ್ಯ ತಾಂಬೂಲ ಸಮರ್ಪಣ. ಇದು ಪಂಚೋಪಚಾರ ಪೂಜೆಗಳು ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಘಂಟಾನಾದ, ದೀಪಜ್ವಲನ and Panchopachara Puja and goat and Krishna Arpanam, then your work will be done. There are people who never open the door of the Devata Gruham at all. That's why one time only kitchen ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೇವತೆಗಳ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಕೋಟರ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ದೇವತೆಗಳು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಾಗಿಲು ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. They will prepare food for them but never open the door and put deepam for Paramatma. In fact, I have seen that houses also. Told them, Mama, the moment you finish your bath, open the door of your Devata Guru, whatever be the size and mode, and just make namaskara. Kantanada, Deeparchana, and Halo, Hadno, Edondo, or Manase, or ಸಮರ್ಪಣೆ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೋ ಟು ಯುವರ್ ವರ್ಕ್. ಹಾರ್ಡ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ಸ್. 60 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಗಾಯತ್ರಿ ಮಂತ್ರ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ 2.5 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಗಾಯತ್ರಿ ಮಂತ್ರ ಉಚ್ಚಾರಣ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ 2.5 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಮಿನಿಟಲ್ಲಿ 60 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ವಿತಿನ್ ಅ ಮಿನಿಟ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಔಟ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸನಾತನ ಧರ್ಮ, ಹಿಂದೂ ಧರ್ಮ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವಿಂಗ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್, ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ವಿಷ್ಣುವು ನನಗೆ ತುಷ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿದೆ. ಯಾ ದೇವಿ ಸರ್ವಭೂತೇಷು ತುಷ್ಟಿರೂಪೇಣ ಸಂಸ್ಥಿತ. ನಮಸ್ತಸ್ಯೈ 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 ನಮೋ ನಮಃ. ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಶೂ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. What is that tushti? That tushti is Durga Parameswari. So the Mahakali that was occupying his body completely, she was also pleased with the allowance by the Madhukaitapa Rakshasas to make Vishnu fight or make war with the Rakshasas for the maximum time, Panchavarsha Sahasrani, and that was the wall or limit that Ishvara will become happy. ಯಾವಾಗ ಈಶ್ವರನು ಏನಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಪ ಸಂತೋಷಿ ಬಹು ಸಂತೋಷಿ. ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೂ ಕೊಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ. ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸ್ಟಮಕ್ ವಿಲ್ ನೆವರ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಚಪಾತಿ. ಓನ್ಲಿ ಯುವರ್ ಟಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೌತ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್. ಟಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್, ಯುವರ್ ಮೌತ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಮಕ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ. ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಅಯ್ಯ ನಾನು ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡು, ನೈವೇದ್ಯ ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೀನು ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟರು, ವೆನ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಸೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂದರೆ ಅಮೃತ ವಿಧಾನಮಸಿ, ವೆನ್ ಯು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಡೌನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಈಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೇ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂದರೆ ಆವಾಗ ದಿ ಸ್ಟಮಕ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ 4 hours. ಅಂದರೆ ನೀವು ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಆಫರ್ ಸಮ್ ನೈವೇದ್ಯಂ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಊಟ ಮಾಡೋದು ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓಡಾಡ್ತಾ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ. ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್. ಅರ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಡೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈನಿಂಗ್ ಟೇಬಲಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸೇರಿದರೆ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಫುಡ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸರ್ವ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್. ಇವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಫುಡ್ ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಏನು ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಏನು ನೋಡಿ ಕರ್ಮ ಗ್ರಹಚಾರ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ದಿ ನೋ. The moment the food is given, food goes to the stomach. What is stomach? Stomach is the Paramatma, who is neutral. He will never ask anything at all. ನನಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಜಿಲೇಬಿ ಬೇಕು, ಲಡ್ಡು ಬೇಕು, ಅದು ಬೇಕು, ಏನೂ ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಟಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಯು. ಟಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಟ್ರುವಂಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಜಿಹ್ವಾಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಚಕಾರ ಇದೆ. ಜಿಹ್ವಾ ಚಾಪಲ್ಯ, ಉದರ ತುಷ್ಟಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಜಿಹ್ವ ಚಾಪಲ್ಯ ಅಂದರೆ ಚಕಾರ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಸೊ ಚಕಾರ ಅಂದರೆ ಚರಣಾವೇವ ಶರಣಂ. ಈ ಚಕಾರವನ್ನು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಶಕಾರ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ಅಸ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಮಿತಭುಕ್ತಃ ಸಂತೋಷಿ. ಸೊ ಮಿತವಾಗಿ ಹಿತಂ ಮಿತಂ ಚ ಭುಂಜೀತ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಂಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಅಂದರೆ ಮಮ ತುಷ್ಟೌ ಉಭಾವು ಅಪಿ. ಬಟ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಯು ದೆನ್? ವಧ್ಯೌ, ಯು ಆರ್ ಲಯಬಲ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕಿಲ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಮೀ. ದೆನ್ ಕಿಮನ್ಯೇನವರೇಣ ಅತ್ರ ವಾಟ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಯು ಬಾಬಾ? ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ನನಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಏನಂದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇಷ್ಟ ಪರಿಪೂರ್ತಿ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಇಷ್ಟಾಪೂರ್ತೆ ಸಗುಂ ಸೃಜೇಥಾಮಯಂ ಚ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಈ ಇಷ್ಟಾಪೂರ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಹೋಮ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ನಾಳೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ವಾಸನ್ನವರು. ಯು ಬಿ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಡೇಟ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್. ಮಾರ್ಗಶೀರ್ಷ ಮಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೌಂದರ್ಯ ಲಹರಿ ಅವನ ತಾಯಿ ಕಾತ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾಳೆ. ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಇಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಮಂತ್, 3rd Sunday, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ವೇರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಕೆಡ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ಎನಿಬಡೀಸ್ ಹೌಸ್. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ತಾಯಿ ಬಂದು ಕೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ, ನನಗೆ ತುಷ್ಟಿ ಬೇಕು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆ ತುಷ್ಟಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್, ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಅಣೋರಣೀಯಾನ್ ಮಹತೋ ಮಹೀಯಾನ್. ಈ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿರೋದನ್ನು ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ ಸೈಜಲ್ಲಿ, ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿರೋದಕ್ಕನ್ನು ಹ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಬಟ್ ವೆರ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಫೈನ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್? ಮಹತೋ ಮಹೀಯ ಆತ್ಮ ಗುಹಾಯಾಮ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಆತ್ಮ ಅನ್ನೋದೊಂದು ಕೇವ್. ಯು ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಮೆಷರ್ ದಿ ಲೆಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕೇವ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದ ಮೌಂಟೇನ್ಸ್. ಒಂದೊಂದು ಸಲ ಮೌಂಟೇನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಕೇವ್ಸು, ಗುಹೆ ಕೊನೆ ತನಕ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಎಸ್ಕೇಪ್ ಆಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು. ಈ ಅಂಡರ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಪಾತ್ವೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ವ ಕೆಲವು. ಸೊ ಗುಹೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಹೈಡ್ and people get a lot of benefits. In fact, in Sundarakanda, when they were starved, food starved people all honor us, Jambavan and Anjaneya, everybody. Then they found some kind of cave. There's nothing in that area. So they entered into the cave. Ultimately, they found Swayamprabha palace. And Swayamprabha is such a great yogini in charge of a wonderful palace. She understood. She told Anjaneya, first you go, eat your fruits and food and all that. Then come to me and talk to me why you are here. You understand? ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಅತಿಥಿ ಪೂಜಾ. ಊಟ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಮೇಲೆ ವಿಷಯಗಳು ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಅದು ಒಂದು. ಇಲ್ಲ ಊಟ ಕೊಡದೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದು ಹಸುವಿಂದ ಏನೂ ಆಗೋಲ್ಲ. ಯು ನೋ ಯುವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ವೆನ್ ಯು ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಈಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಸಾಲೆ ದೋಸೆ ಹೌ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಯುವರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಈಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಸಾಲೆ ದೋಸೆ ಹೌ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ಯು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಸಿಂಗಿಂಗ್. ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೇನು ಕೇಳಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು, ನನಗೆ ತೃಪ್ತಿ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಯುದ್ಧ ಮಾಡೋದೇ ನನಗೆ ತೃಪ್ತಿ. I am happy I was able to fight with you. You are happy you are able to war with me for such a long time. Therefore, but I cannot accept you at all. I can't bless you, but only give you moksha. Andre vadhavu andrenu, unless you give up your body, you cannot go to moksha. Sasarira swarga is impossibility. In fact, the Trisanku, we have got all examples in our Puranas, in our Vedic texts. That Trisanku Maharaja, Raghu Paranasti, he wanted to go to heaven along with his human body, this physical body, Parthiva Sarira. Then Vasishtha refused, no. But Vishwamitra tried, but he was a failure. He has to create another Swarga for him. And another idea was, even Dasarath, even the Dharmaraja wanted to go to heaven along with the dog. Actually, the Dharmaraja was making a dog walking. At that time, this Vishnu Bhattas came and stopped the car. Well, board my car, I will take you to heaven. You are such a great all. Then he was trying to board the vehicle, the Ratham, divine celestial car, along with the dog. Then the all gods object, no, the dog is not permitted. Pets are not permitted. You only. Then he said, no, I cannot give up. That dog was the Dharma Devata. That dog was the Yama Dharmaraja. In fact, at one time, that Yama Dharmaraja, the dog farmer Yama Dharmaraja Pratyakshvagi, and he complimented and appreciated Dharmaraja for the kind of maintenance of that dharma with him, because Dharmaraja is the son of Yama, and the dog was the Yama himself. And then when Yama released Dharmaraja to go alone to Sargalokam, and he can go to his lokam, and that's exactly what it is. Similarly, and Maharshi cursed Yama, and that Yama became Vidura in Mahabharata. So Yama's role in Mahabharata is highly significant, and that will be a different subject matter for us. Here, so Kimat Etavadhyavratam Maya, then Rishirvacha, then Rishi will say that Vanchita Abhyam Nititada Sarvam Abo Vayam Jagato Vilokyada Abhyam Gadito Bhagavan Kamalekshana Avam Jahi Nayatra Urvi Salilena Paripluta Urvi. That is the permission given to them, and the entire only there where there is water over the earth, on water you kill me. So this is again one of the important conditions of the Rakshasas. Papa ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ದೇವತೆಗಳು, they have to oblige to the requirement or desire of the Rakshasas. ಒಬ್ಬರು ಆಕಾಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಯಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಒಬ್ಬ ರಾಕ್ಷಸರನ್ನು ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರನ್ನ ಭಸ್ಮೀಕೃತವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರನ್ನ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಯು ಸಿ ದಟ್, ಸಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ದಿಸ್ ಶುಂಭರಿ ಶಂಭಾಸು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ದಿಸ್ ಮಹಿಷಾಸುರ, ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ದೇ ಜಂಪ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಸ್ಕೈ, ಅಂತರಿಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ತಾಯಿ ಪಾಪ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ, ಶಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ jumps up into the sky, leaps up into the sky and fights with them and make them fall down on the ground. On the ground, the Mahishasura on the ground, she puts one leg upon the chest and another, and then pushes the chulam into the throat part of that Mahisha, and That we are going to see in that. So Durga Saptasati is not an ordinary text, Amma. It has got so much content within that screen, only all lines. When you open the screen, the entire wealth is being shown forth. Something like the temple in Srirangam, Raghunatha Swami. So she is a very rich god. So much of money, so much of wealth is there. Even in Trivandrum. So all this Mahavishnu is a repository, or he is the source for all riches in the world. That's why he is enjoying the maximum luxury in this world. So please mark that when you are sitting before the desk of Parameswari Durgamma, then you are getting thoughts, you are getting the benefits, and your lifestyle will become different, so that you will meet only positivity more and more, getting rid of the fear and all that. So with this kind of prayer to Mahadishri, and I think next class I would be able to conclude the last portion and will embark upon the Mahalakshmi Swarupam. Now she is Mahakali. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is a Kali Bhakta. And Kali temple Purohits are to be very strict in their own conduct, because they cannot look back. They should be always very much disciplined, only looking at the face of Kali and doing puja, but not looking at those people who have come, who have not come. No, until the puja is over at Mahakali, no Purohit can look at the people attending the Kali puja in temple. That's what I understood in Dhavaleswaram. Also, in where that Kali temple is there in Calcutta. And also when I visited Kakinada, a Mahakali Bhakta, Addepalli Mangaya Shastri, he was a Kali Upasaka. And our puja, I was waiting to look at me until he completed his puja to Mahakali. And later he came to me and spent about 2-3 hours in Kakinada. That's a grand time that I enjoyed in the company and the dialogue with him. And that Adhyayana Mangaya Shastri gave me number of books that he wrote, small booklets regarding Devi Saswarupam and all that. And I was blessed at that way. So I'm here like that here. So I stop here. Om Swasti.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pasyantu ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Satam. Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu. Shri Vasudevarpanamastu. Shri Veda Purusha Ashirvadostu. Om Shri Matru Charanaravindarpanamastu. Om Tat Sat. ಹರಿ ಓಂ. ಗುರುಗಳ ವಾಸನ್ ಗುರುಗಳು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Very nice. Vasan started the game. It is going on.
Hare Om Guruji, Hare Om Guruji.
So you should plan for Saundarlari Homam Babu. ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ದುರ್ಗಾ ಸಪ್ತಶತಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಹಾ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ನೀವು ನಾವು ಕೇಂದ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ದೇರ್. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡನ್ ದುರ್ಗಾ.
ಅದನ್ನು ಶಿವ, ಅಲ್ಪತೃಪ್ತನಾದವನು ಶಿವ. ಆತನಿಗೆ ಭಕ್ತಿನೇ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ರೀತಿ ನೀವ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಏನ್ ಕೊಟ್ರು ಸ್ವೀಕಾರ ಮಾಡೋಂತ ಇದು. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ದೇ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಎವ್ರಿ ಒನ್. ಇವನ್ ರಸುರ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆನೆ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಬಿಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ದೇವತೆಗಳನ್ನ.
ನೀವು ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ದೇ ಇದ್ರು ಅವ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ದೇ ಇದ್ರು ಅವ್ರು ನಿಮ್ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ.
ಗುರುಗಳೇ, ಅದೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅನುಗ್ರಹ. ಅದು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನೀವು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಮಂತ್ರ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಇದ್ರ ಅನುಗ್ರಹ. ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ನಾವಂತೂ ಏನು ಅದೇನ್ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಮಾಡಿದೀವೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಗುರುಗಳೇ. ಅಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಇವತ್ತು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದು. ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಗುರುಗಳೇ.
ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನರಸಿಂಹ ಸಹಸ್ರನಾಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಯತ್ರ ಯತ್ರ ನರೋ ಗಚ್ಚತಿ ತತ್ರ ತತ್ರ ನಾರಸಿಂಹೋಪಿ ಗಚ್ಚತಿ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸ್ ಪುರಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ.
ನೋಡಿ ಗುರುಗಳೇ.
ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ನರ ಮನುಷ್ಯನು ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೋ ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನುವಾಗ ವಿ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟು ಸರ್ಚ್ ಹಿಮ್, ಹಿ ಸರ್ಚಸ್ ಅಸ್.
ಹೌದು ಗುರುಗಳೇ, ಹೌದು.